Hello everyone, I'm Vijay Thapa and welcome back to the new episode of our tutorial series on food order website with PHP and MySQL. In the previous episode, we have successfully added the functionality to delete admin, update admin and change password, and in this episode we will work on authentication or login system. So without further ado, let's start our tutorial. So let's go to our code editor. So I'll open Visual Studio Code and let's close these pages. We don't need update password, add admin or update admin, manage admin. We do not need these things. Let our admin.css be open, and to add the login functionality we need to create a login page. So inside our admin, like along with index.php and other pages, let's create a new file. So I'll click on new file and here I will call it as login.php, and here we won't be importing our menu and footer because we don't need to display menu in our login page. So we will design a simple login page for this. So I will start with HTML, and first thing we need is title. So first thing we need is head. So inside head we will have title. So I will call it as ti title, and title is login food order system, and after head we need to create is body. So body section, and here we will design our login page, and along with our title we also need to link our CSS. So I will link CSS, link CSS style sheet, and this will be, we are inside our admin folder, so we need to get out of this admin folder. So get out of this admin folder, get inside CSS, and we will link our admin.css. so this will be our admin.css. This is linking the CSS file, and here we will design our login page. So I will create a div tag with its class login. So div class is equals to login, and here I will create h1 tag, and I will call it login, and at the bottom I will create a paragraph, and here I will just display like powered by or created by. So created by, and we can add anchor tag, and let's add dummy link, or I will add my website name like www.vijaythapa.com, and here I will display my name, Vijay Thapa. That's it. Let's save it, and between this h1 and paragraph tag we will design a simple login form for now. Let's save it, and let's go back to our browser, and let's access our login page. So our login page will be localhost/food/admin/login.php. so I will press enter, and here we have our login and created by, but I want this to be in center around here, and also somewhat like a box. So let's add CSS for this, and our CSS is linked correctly so that we can change the font family. So this is Arial, so our CSS is linked correctly. So let's go to our admin.css and create CSS for our login. So our class name is login, and let's go to admin.css, and here at the bottom I will create a CSS for login. So CSS for login, and here I will target our login class. So this is our login class, so I will target this class, and here I want its width to be width of, let's say, 30%, and let's give border as well. So I'll give border of 1 pixel solid, and I will give gray color, and let's save it, and let's go back to the browser and let's refresh. Our CSS is not applied. I don't know what's the problem. So 1 pixel solid gray. I will right click here and view page source. Sorry, not inspect. Right click, view page source, and go to CSS. At the bottom we do not have CSS for login, so this is due to, I think, cache or temporary file, I don't know. So if you do not see our CSS that we have recently added, so after footer we have CSS login, but here we cannot see our CSS. So I will go here and refresh it like this, and then we can see our CSS. So dot login. So if you face problem like this, then always do view page source and go to your CSS file and refresh the page, and your login system or your HTML file should work perfectly. So now we can see the changes in our form or login field. Let's close this and let's close this. Now we need to move it to the center. So let's move it to the center. For that I will use margin. Let's add a margin of top and bottom as 5%, and left and right for auto, and this auto will bring our box to the center. So I will save it. This is for top and bottom, this is for left and right. So left and right is auto, so it will bring our box to the center. So let's refresh, and here you can see our box is in center. Okay, so I think our box is a little big. Let's give less width. I will decrease it to 20%. Let's refresh. Now it's okay, and let's give the padding little more, margin on top and bottom. So I'll give 10% and refresh. I think it's okay, and let's give the padding as well. So I'll give the padding of 2%. Let's save it and let's refresh. Now it looks better, and let's align this text in the center as well. So I'll go to login.php, and in s1 tag I'll give class is equals to, and we have already created text that center. Let's save it and let's refresh. Now you can see in the center. Now let's align our footer to center as well. So I will copy this class and paste it in our paragraph. Ctrl V, save it, Ctrl N S, refresh. Now we can see the footer as well as header, and between our header and footer we will create a simple form for login. So after h1 here we will create login form starts here, and I will copy it and paste it down here, and this is ends, and yes, ends here. And here I will create a form, FRM form, and action will be blank because we will be processing our form in the same page. And we need to give method is equals to post. That's it, and I will take the form end at the bottom, and here I will give the label as we will log in with username and password. So first thing we need is username, and we need to give input type input. So input, and it would be type text, and name will be text, and name will be name is equals to username. Let's give the placeholder as well. Placeholder is equals to enter username, and enter username, and after this we can add password, and another input tab. Input type will be password, and its name will be name is equals to password, and placeholder will be placeholder is equals to enter password. That's it. And after that we will have input type submit for submitting the form. So input type will be submit, and name will be name is equals to submit, and its value will be value is equals to login. So this will be the name of the button, and we will also give the color. So I'll give the class, and this button will be, let's say, btn dash primary. Let's save it, and let's go back to the browser and let's refresh. Our form is not aligned perfectly, so what I will do is I will add br tag, and I will break everything. So after the input type, or after the username, I will add one break tag or br, and after input I will add another br, and we can add a space between username and password, and after password also I will add a break tag, and I will add a break tag and after password input I will add another break. That's it. Let's save it and let's refresh again. Now it looks better, but I think we need to add 2 break tag after input type. So after input type, let's add br, and after input type let's add br, and let's save it and let's refresh again. Now it looks better. Username, password. I think we need to align all of this in center as well. So what I will do is we can add the class in form. So class is equals to text dash center, and save it. Let's refresh it. Now everything is in center. I think we need to add like one break after 2 breaks after login and 2 breaks after login button. So after login here I will add a br tag and br tag, after and button I will add br tag and br tag, 2 br tags. Save it, refresh it. So it looks okay now. So you can enter username, you can enter password, and you can log in. So this is not the best login form design, but this should work. So if you are good on CSS, then please try to make it better, or you can follow my HTML CSS web design course and learn CSS and apply in our login form. For now I think this will be okay. We need to enter username and enter password and then login. So let's work on adding the functionality or backend for login system. Okay, so now first thing we need to do is we need to check whether the submit button is clicked or not. For that I will go down and start our PHP after HTML PHP, and here we will check. I will add a comment, check whether the submit button is clicked or not. So if is set $_post submit, then what we will do is we will then only we will process the form as we have done previously in add admin, update admin things. So here we will process for login. So first thing we need to do is get the data from login form. So from form we are passing the value using our I'll press enter, and we are using post method. So we need to get with post method as well. So here we will get the value. So first thing we need to get it username. Username is equals to $_post, and here it will be username. Okay, that's it. And then another thing we need to get it $password. Password is equals to $_post password. That's it. So let's save it and let's check whether we are getting the username and password value from our form or not. For that I will use echo and save it, and let's go back. I refresh the page. I will pass some value. So username I will add admin, and password I will add admin, and login. So login, so here you can see admin and admin. So we are successfully getting our username and password value from our login form. So let's remove the echo. It verifies that we have successfully passed the value and we are successfully obtaining the value from our login form. Okay, now let's create the SQL query to check whether the username and password exist and match or not. So SQL to check whether the user with username and password exist or not. So I will create a SQL variable and I will create a SQL query. So the SQL query will be select all from tbl_admin where username is equals to $username and password is equals to $password. So to get the user with username and this username and this password, both of the condition must be true. So we need to check whether the username and password exist or not. If exists, that means you can access our admin panel, otherwise login failed and you cannot access the login. Okay, so this is the SQL query. Now we need to execute the SQL query. So 3 execute the query, and to execute the query we will create $rest variable and mysqli_query, and we need to pass $connection and $SQL. That's it. We have $SQL, but we do not have $connection because we have not added constants. In previous pages we had constants.php in menu.php file, but we have not included menu here, so we do not have constants.php. So we need to include the constants.php at the top. So at the top I will open php and include include. We need to go inside our config. So we are inside our admin folder, login is inside admin folder, but config constants.php is inside config folder. So to get out of admin folder, add to dot and slash, and we need to go to config folder and then constants.php and save it. Let's save it and let's refresh the page. I will refresh the page like this, and we do not have any error yet. So that means we have successfully included our constants.php file. Now we can further process for our login authentication. So this will execute the query, and after executing the query we need to count the rows. If the user is available with this username and password, then there will be at least one user with same username and password. If the count is 0 or less than 1, then user does not exist. So let's check count rows to check whether the user exists or not. So I will create $count is equals to my SQLi underscore num underscore rows, and here I'll pass $raise, and here let's check whether user exists or not. If the user exists, if the count is equals to 1, then that means user exists. If the count is 0, then user does not exist. And it is recommended practice to not make different user with same username. Okay, so do not make different user with same username. Okay, so create different username for different user, and here we will check whether the user exists or not. So if $count is equals to not 0 1, that means there is at least one user, and else user not available. Here user available, and we will set the session message for success, login success and login success and login fail. So let's set a session, let's create a session for login success message. So I will create $_session login, and our message we will use our class that we created in previous tutorial on displaying login message or success message in green and displaying error message in red. So our class is success, and here we'll display the message login successful. And after the login is successful, we need to redirect it to our home page, which is dashboard or index.php. So after login is success message, redirect to home page or dashboard. For that we will use header and then location, and here we will use site URL, and we need to go to our admin page and then index.php. We do not need to give the index.php because by default it will go to index.php. So add the semicolon. So that's it. Now let's add login fail message as well. So I'll just copy it and I'll go down here, and whenever we fail to login, then we need to redirect it to login.php to the same page. So this is login.php. So if login is failed, we will redirect it to login.php, and its class will be error and login failed, or we can say username or password did not match, and let's save it, and we can go back to our login page and refresh it. So I will try to log in with random username and password and login. So we have not displayed the login message, so that's why we cannot see the login message here. So let's go back to login page and let's display the login message. So after h1 tag here, let's check whether login message is set or not. If is set $_session login, then we will display and unset. So echo $_session login, and we need to unset as well. Unset $_session login. That's it. And we also need to display the login message in our home page or index.php. So I'll save it first, and I will copy this message, or I will copy from PHP here, Control C, PHP start, PHP end, and after this I will also add br tag here. Let's save it and let's go back to index.php, and where is our dashboard? So after the dashboard, let's paste our login message here, and we need to indent it inside, and let's add br before the message, break tag, br, and after the message also I will add the br tag. Let's save it and let's go back and refresh our login page, and here we can see the message. I'll refresh again, and here let's add random username, random password, and login. So here login, username or password did not match. Let's align this message in the center as well. So I'll go back and go to login.php, and in our message, so let's go to message, so error message. So this is the error message in red in login page. So in error message, this is error. Along with error I'll pass text dash center. That's it. Let's save it. Let's refresh again and type user, random username, random password, login. Now we can see the message in center, and this is perfect. Let's reload. Now let's try to log in with correct username and password. I think I have forgotten the correct username and password, so I will create a new admin. So here I will add admin, and you might be wondering that I can access the admin without login. We have not added authorization or access control yet, so we can log in it. We can access to admin page. After checking the login works or not, I will add authorization as well. So for now I will create an admin, and if you have also not remembered the admin, then you can create the new admin as well. So I will remove this admin and create another. So I will go to add admin, and I will call it administrator. I will give its username as admin, and I will also give the password as admin. So my username and password is admin. Okay, so I'll go and click on add admin. So our admin is created. So username is admin, password is admin. Okay, so I'll go to login. I'll refresh again, and here I'll give its username as admin and admin. That's it, and refresh. Username or password did not match. Oh, I forgot to mention that our password in database. So if we look at the database in TVL admin, our password is encrypted, right? And if we go back to our login page, and if we see the password, our login is not encrypted. So here we need to encrypt our password as well, and to encrypt we are using MD5. Okay, MD5, open a small bracket and close the small bracket and save it, Control and S, and let's go back. Let's refresh the login page, and let's add our username admin, password is also admin, and login. Now login is successful, and we are redirected to our home page. So let's refresh, and login message is gone. Now we need to add a logout button as well. So let's go back to our code view, and let's open our partials, and let's open our menu.php, and after the order we need to add a logout button. So logout menu. So I'll copy this last li and paste it down here, and I'll call it logout, logout. And then what we need to do is we need to create logout.php file as well. So let's create logout.php. Let's save it, and let's create the logout.php file along with login. Let's create logout file. So I'll create a new file, I'll call it logout.php. That's it. And here what we will do is we will only add a query to destroy the session. So we will like delete all the session, because this login system is based on session. So we will destroy the session and redirect it to our login page. Okay, so destroy the session and to is redirect to login page. Okay, so that's it. So here what I will do is session underscore destroy. So this will delete all the session that we have created in our page, and then we need to redirect to login page. So here for redirection what we'll use is header and then location, and here we need site URL, and then we need to go inside admin and login.php. okay, that's it. And but we have not included site URL or constants.php, so we need to include constants.php as well. So include constants.php for URL. So here we'll include we need to get out of this admin folder, go to config constants.php, that's it, and semicolon here, and let's save it and let's refresh the page. And here we have our logout button. So whenever I click on logout button, it redirects us to login page. Okay, so that's it. We have successfully created login and logout system, but we can still go back to any pages without login. So I have not logged in, I have logged out, but we can easily go back to any pages we want. Okay, so and we do not want to happen like this. We only will allow admin to access these pages once they log in. So next thing we will do is we will work on authorization or access control. So let's go back to our login.php file. So for now I'll close logout, and I'll also close login, or I will close menu.php. And here in login page, let's go to our code part. Here if section where login is success, after login is success, along with login message, we need to create another session to check whether the user is logged in or not. So I'll create $session, and here I'll create a session called user, and here I will save its username as a value. Okay, so here we have already obtained username from login form, so I will save this username in our user session. Okay, $username. So that's it, and it won't be on set like login. So if we go back to index.php, here we have displayed the login message and we have onset, but this value will not be onset. This will remain as it is because we need to check whether user is logged in or not, and this value will be onset only on logout. Okay, so this user value, the user session value, will be removed or onset with this session underscore destroy. Okay, so I'll add a comment here as well. Onsets $_session and user. So this session destroy will onset session underscore user session, and it will log out our system. Okay, so this is to check whether the user is logged in or not, and logout will onset it. Okay, so that's it. Let's save it. We have created the session, but we need to check whether user is logged in or not. And to check that, we will use a simple code, and we will add that code in menu.php. We will add that code in menu.php because menu.php is applied in all of these pages, like add admin page, manage dash admin page, etc. Okay, so we can either add on menu.php or we can add on constants.php. Where is our constants.php? So constants.php is inside our here, but we will not add constant.php because we need to use constant.php on login page as well. So we will check whether the user is logged in or not in menu.php file. Okay, so here I will create php, and here I will check whether the user is logged in or not, and this is called authorization, ZATIN, authorization or access control. I think we should create another file, and let's include like our constant.php. Okay, so that will be much better. So I will minimize partials, and along with along with this menu, let's create a login check file, and we can include it here. So we are on menu, so let's create a new file. I will call it as login check and .php, and we have created that code here in menu.php. I will cut it, and I will paste in login check. So login check is here. So login check is inside our partials. Okay, so here we will check using if is set $_session user. This will check whether user is set or not. So this session is set only if login is success. So if the login is success, then only this user session is created, or this login session is set. And in login check, this is login check page, and here, so instead of just checking it, what we can do is we can add is not. This is exclamation sign, and this means is not if login is not set. So this means if login is not set. So let's add a comment: if a user session is not set, this means a user is not logged in. If user is not logged in, what we will do is redirect to login page with message. So let's create a session first. So I'll create $_session, and I'll call it as login message, and it's not login message, this is no login message. No dash login message is equals to, let's create div, and div, and here we'll add class is equals to error, and here what we will do is set a message called please login to access admin panel. That's it, and we will redirect to login page. So here we'll add header, and here we'll call it location and dot site URL and admin slash login.php. That's it. And you might be wondering, I have not included constant.php file here because this will be included inside menu.php, and menu.php file has already constant.php. okay, so here we will include let's not create another php, so I'll bring it down and I will add along with constant.php. I will include what login dash check.php. okay, so that's it. Since login check is with menu inside partials, we do not need to get out of this folder, so we can just call the file login check.php. so if you are confused, then please let me know in the comment. What I have done is I could have done like I could have created this code. I could have created this code inside menu.php like this. I could have written the code like this, but instead of writing code inside menu.php like this, I just cut this code and created a new file called login.php and pasted it here and just included the login-check.php file. okay, so that's it. If you are confused, then please let me know in the comment. I will try to make you understand in comment. okay, so let's check this functionality. So before checking the functionality, let's display this message as well. So this message will be displayed in login.php file. So let's go to let's display this message. So I will just copy this session, copy, and let's go to login.php, and at the top where our message is displayed here, we need to check whether that session is set or not. If it's set $_session no login message, then we will display the message display $_session no login dash message, and we also unset $_session no login message. okay, so that's it. Let's save it. Let's go back to browser and I will close it and I will refresh the page. And if I try to go inside admin.php, like Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V here, and if I try like index.php, then it redirects us to login page and also displays the message. So let's display this message in center. So I'll go back and go to login check, and with error let's call it text-center. let's save it. Let's go back and let's refresh it. Message is gone. So if I try to access like manage-admin.php, then it redirects us to login page and it also displays the message. This means we have successfully added authorization or access control in our food order system. okay, so now let's log in with our credential admin, and password is admin, and login. Now we can log in successful. So only after login is successful we can visit other pages, but if we are not login, then it will redirect us to our login page. So that's it guys, we have successfully added authentication and authorization, which is a login system and access control system in our food ordering website. In the next episode we will work on category module. In that we will be working with like uploading image and managing all the categories, like updating, adding and deleting the categories. So thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on a new episode. Till then, stay safe, take care, see you soon, bye bye.